Okay, so welcome to the second part of our Inconsistency Cure webinar series. This one is all about the upside of quitting and how being a quitter can help you reach your fat loss goals. And I know it sounds a little backwards, but I'm going to walk you through it. I am sitting at my desk here. Candy's sleeping in her crate. She chooses to sleep in there. And I know that when Dan comes home in like 3 minutes, she's going to run for the door. So then I'll get up and close it. But for now, here we are. So last week, we talked about a lot of stuff. And so if you missed that webinar, I can send you the link. Or if you're on Facebook, you can go to my Facebook page and find it there. But today, we're kind of starting fresh. We're talking about the upside of quitting, so that we can get you to your fat loss goals. Okay, so I'm going to teach you the 3 things that you need to quit doing right now that are keeping you stuck and are holding you back from reaching your fat loss goals. There are 3 main things. But first, let me introduce myself. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lauren Bradley. I am the founder of Fueled Physique, which is a fat loss nutrition coaching company. I've been a personal trainer and a nutritionist for over 10 years, and I also have a certification from Institute for Integrative Nutrition for holistic health coaching. Along with all that stuff, cat lover, dog lover, MJ lover, candy lover, pizza lover, smoothie lover, strength training lover. I'm a lover. What can I say? And so let me introduce you to my fur babies. So over on the left, we have Turtle. Had her for 6 years. She is just my baby. We have Candy on the right, who Dan and I just adopted in November, and she is just a beauty. She is a love. And then down below, those are my people. My mom, my dad, my brother-in-law with his eyes closed, my sister, my nephew, of course, Dan, and myself. Hi, I'm doing my webinar. Oh. Thank you. Okay, so let's talk about where you are now versus where you want to be. So let's say you now versus you 6 months from now. Let me close my door. Oh. Sorry, baby. Okay. We're rocking and rolling. Okay, so maybe you are somebody who finds every excuse to skip your workouts. Maybe you're somebody who gives into the screw it mentality more often than not, and we're going to talk about what that is in a little bit. But it's basically when you say, screw it, I don't care right now, I'll care later, especially when it comes to nutrition. And then after you skip your workouts, after you eat something that was off plan or less than ideal, or you had a binge, you feel so guilty about it. Negative self-talk queen. So you pick yourself apart in the mirror, you make a mistake, and you just keep thinking about how you could have done better, how you should have done better, how you expect more from yourself. You beat yourself up over it. You feel insecure, and you're always comparing yourself to others. That's the worst, right? It's the worst when we feel like we're not good enough and like somebody else has it easier than us. And how come she can have that body and I can't? I bet she doesn't have to work as hard as I do. How come I'm the only one who has to work so hard? Binge eating or emotional eating. A lot of the women that I work with have struggled with binge eating, and every single one of us struggles with emotional eating for sure. You know what to do, but you just can't seem to execute for the long haul. You're good for 3 days, 3 weeks, maybe a month or 2, and then longer than that, it just all falls apart. So that leaves you confused and frustrated, overwhelmed, tired of starting over, tired of stopping, tired of researching new diets, and you're tired of the struggle. So you might not resonate with all of those things, but really think about what you do resonate with. What part of that are you saying like, oh my God, that's me? Because there's a little bit of everybody, especially if you're on this Inconsistency Cure webinar series, you're in there somewhere, right? So where could you be 6 months from now? Exercising consistently, eating nutritiously 90% of the time, And then the other 10% of the time, you get to treat yourself a little bit. You can have that ice cream, those cookies, the donuts, the pizza, whatever, because you know that after that meal or after that treat, you're right back on track. No questions asked. It's a lot of resiliency. You understand that life happens and you can pick up quickly and move on towards your goals. You screw up, no big deal. There's nothing that can't be fixed. There's nothing that can't be undone. And you know the fastest way to get back on track is to pick up ASAP. You know how to shut down that negative voice in your head and replace it with more positive thoughts. And you talk to yourself and about yourself with respect. You know your self-worth, what you bring to the world, what you have to offer, and you rock it with confidence. So if somebody gives you a compliment and says, "Ooh, I love your shirt," you don't deflect and say, "Yeah, it would look better if I lost like 5 more pounds, but I guess it's okay." You say, "Thanks, I love it," and move on. You no longer binge eat, and you can identify when you're eating emotionally versus eating physically, and you can stop it in its tracks because you're that good at identifying where it's at, and you're that good at not giving into the screw it mentality when it's convenient. You have healthy habits that are just a part of your lifestyle. Healthy eating is just what you do. Exercising is just what you do. And you don't have to think about it obsessively. You don't have to sit there and say, okay, what am I going to eat next? When am I going to eat next? Like if I'm going to my friend's house, what are they going to have there that I can eat? You don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. And lastly, you know exactly what to eat to make you feel so good. And the struggle, the overwhelm, the frustration is just gone. So I want you to now look at you 6 months from now and pick out the couple of things that would feel so good to accomplish. What are those things for you? Go ahead and write them down. And while I do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. So this is me back in 2013. And if you have seen my recent Facebook post or read the email that I sent out this morning or my Instagram post, you kind of have heard this story. So I was everything on the left here, that was me, except that I never skipped a gym. If anything, I overdid it at the gym. I was a huge over-exerciser because I was like, oh my God, I just ate 2 Pop-Tarts. I have to go exercise it off as fast as possible. So I was exercising through injuries. I was killing myself at the gym. Huge guilt around food, huge guilt about my body, and just feeling insecure and feeling not good enough and feeling like if I don't lose this weight, nobody's ever going to date me. If I don't lose this weight, people aren't going to hire me as their trainer. If I don't lose this weight, what the hell am I going to do? So what I did was the hard work. And it is hard work to go from the girl on the left to the girl on the right. It wasn't easy, but I did it because I did the work. And now on the left here, all of this stuff, this is how I live my life day in, day out. I know I rock. I do. I know how to eat healthy. I know how to eat for energy. I know exactly what to do every day to bring me closer to my goals, and I don't worry about it. It's just what I do. It's a part of my life. So it is possible. And I will tell you that that girl on the left really saw no way out. I remember sitting on my couch in my first apartment in Boston thinking that I was never going to get out of this, that it was just how I was going to live my life. There was no other option. And a part of me actually, I think, really believed that. But the other part of me, the stronger part of me, was like, this isn't as good as it gets. It has to get better than this, because I see people living the way I want to live and not stressing about food, not stressing about exercise. I see them doing that. So I really think I can do it too, and I did it. So here are the 3 things you need to quit doing right now. And we're going to go into each of these bit by bit. So number 1, you have to quit doing what is not working for you. Sounds obvious, right? But when we get into this one, you're going to see what I mean. You have to quit giving into the behaviors that are not in line with your goals. Again, duh, right? But once we get into this, you're going to see deeper what I mean. And then you have to quit going it alone. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. So first one, quit doing what's not working. Things like trying the same diet time and time again. I had a woman come to me who ended up signing up for my one-on-one program, and she said, you know, I had done 21-day fix a few times, and I got results each time, but I could never keep them. And she said, so I went to sign up to do another round, and I stopped, and I thought, why am I doing this again? It's like insanity, right? We just keep doing the same stuff over and over and over again, thinking it's something wrong with us. I'm not doing something right, so let me try the diet again and see if I can fix it. But maybe it's that the diet is not working for you. It's not working for your lifestyle. And that's what she found, and we put her on the path to success. And she's done amazing. Cutting out carbs, white flour, white sugar, alcohol. I know so many people who are like, I'm just gonna do this for 30 days. I'm gonna cut all of this stuff out and see how I feel. And of course, the first week or so, they feel like crap. And then they start to feel better. They start to feel good. And then they're like, okay, but now I don't have to do this anymore. So I'm gonna go eat all the carbs, drink all the booze, and eat all the sugar. So what's it all for? That's not a long-term sustainable approach to fat loss. And then quit using restrictive meal plans. Guys, if meal plans worked for the long term, we'd be good to go. There are thousands. Google fat loss meal plans. Go to images, you'll find them there. The problem with meal plans is they are only successful if we can veer off plan, because it will 100% of the time happen. You are never gonna stick to a meal plan to a T 100% for the rest of your life. So the only time they work is when we go off plan, we can bounce back and say, okay, no big deal, I got this. But people really aren't able to do that in the beginning. And actually, one of my one-on-one clients, Erin, we've been working together for about 4 months now. And the first 3 months, we did intuitive eating, which is kind of my style. She learned hunger cues, fullness cues, what felt good for her, what didn't feel so good for her. And then she came to me and she's like, I think that I want to try a meal plan. So I gave her a meal plan. And the beautiful part of it is that when she was home, she stuck to it. She went and visited her son at college. She didn't stick to it, but when she came home, she got right back to it. And that's how it has to work. We have to take the perfection away. We have to take away the, I want to say this word, rigidity, the rigidness. You can't be so rigid. Trying to become a runner, again, I can't tell you, again, how many times people have come to me saying, I really need to lose weight, so I'm doing a Couch to 5K program, and because I know that running is going to help me burn a lot of calories and it's going to help me get fit, but I actually really hate running. So this goes back to what we were talking about last week. Stop doing the stuff that's not working. If we keep doing, or stop doing the stuff, yes, it's not working, but stop doing the things that we don't like. If you don't like it, you're not gonna stick to it. You're gonna get a week into that program, your shins are gonna be hurting, your back's gonna be hurting, your knees are gonna be hurting, and you're gonna be like, crap, and then you're gonna say, well, what am I supposed to do now? Might as well do nothing, I'm in pain, and you throw in the towel. Depending on group classes for your workouts. If your goal is fat loss, and I don't want the Zumba police or the spinning police or the running police coming at me, but if your goal is fat loss and you want to get that tight and toned look, you want to look fit, you want to look like you work out, Zumba's not really going to do it. Even the most fit Zumba instructors that I know, and some of them have been my clients, they do strength training stuff too, and they watch what they eat. It's not all Zumba. Same with spinning instructors. The most fit spinning instructors that I know do more strength training than they do spinning. And there's nothing that you can really sub in, so staying attached to cardio machines is kind of lumped in. I had a client ask me about a month ago if instead of strength training, if she could just really bump up the resistance on the elliptical and get her strength training in that way. And you can't really do that. There's really no substitute for squatting with weights or lunging with weights or anything like that. So if you're spinning your wheels, literally on your bike, and you're like, why am I not losing weight? Why am I not getting tight? Why am I not getting toned? And you're Zumbaing 5 days a week, there's a hole. There's a gap there that needs to be filled with some strength training. And then lastly, and probably most importantly, we have to stop doing what's not working. I got distracted by candy. So we have to stop ignoring what's going on between our two ears. We have to stop ignoring what's going on in our head, the hang-ups we have around food. And here comes Turtle. This is real life. This is real life. We have to stop ignoring the mindset stuff. For everybody who says, I don't need mindset stuff, just tell me how to eat. Just tell me what to do. Give me the meal plan. I don't need to do the mindset stuff. My answer to them is always the same. And it's the last bullet here. We can't just change the external and expect lasting results. This is the hard work, guys. This is the hard work that I did that got me from the girl on the left that we talked about in the beginning to the girl on the right and to living like I do now. This is the stuff. If we could just change what we eat, if we could just change how we exercise and get the results and maintain the results, that would be super easy, right? And again, we wouldn't be struggling. We wouldn't be frustrated. We wouldn't be confused, because at the end of the day, we all know what to eat. We all know that lean proteins, lots of veggies, lower starches, some fruit, lots of water, and healthy dietary fats, that's the key. That's what it is, right? And then we have some chocolate and donuts and stuff like that sometimes too. If that was all it took for lasting fat loss, we wouldn't be here. People wouldn't be struggling. I'd be out of a job. I wouldn't have clients. It's not that easy. We have to do the mindset work. Second one, quit giving in to the behaviors that aren't serving you. So things like being a cardio queen, refusing to do strength training, or saying, I can't find the time to do it when you're at Zumba or spin 5 days a week. We have to make those sacrifices sometimes. One of my one-on-one clients loves her spin, loves spin. And when she joined my program, she was like, you're not going to take that away from me, right? And I said, absolutely not. But we're going to have to find a way to get some strength training in. So I would never take it away altogether, but we're going to have to sub out some strength training in for the spin stuff, at least twice a week. Diet hopping. And this is something I used to do all the time. I would start on South Beach, do that for a week. No, that's not working for me. Maybe I'll go more extreme. I'll go Atkins. That's not working. I'll try Special K diet, 2 bowls of cereal a day. Perfect. Didn't work. Slim Fast, did that too. Didn't work. I tried the figure prep stuff. That didn't work either, the meal plans. I bought a super freaking expensive online program where the coach ditched us less than halfway through and took our money and ran. That didn't work either. But I was really hoping that I would stumble upon this diet that was going to work. I was going to buy into this program and it was going to solve my problems. So I hopped from one diet to the next, to the next, to the next. Third thing, trusting others over trusting yourself. So this is like when we sign up for a program and we expect that the leader of the program, the coach of the program, is just going to fix us. So one of my one-on-one clients who just started last week, she actually officially signed up a couple weeks before that, but last week was our first call. And before the call, she had texted me and she's like, I just feel like in the last week and a half since I signed up, nothing's really happened, nothing's changed. And I was like, well, no, because we haven't even started yet, right? Like, you don't sign up for a program and your reward for signing up is an instant 5-pound weight loss, right? We have to do the work. So we can't just trust that we're gonna sign up for a program, sit back, and the results are just gonna happen. You can't do that. You have to do the work. Another point for this one, trusting others over trusting yourself, is when we sign up for a program and people start telling us, do this, 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 and this. Don't tell us why, and don't listen to our feedback over how we're feeling, how the foods are affecting us. An experience that I had with my figure coach, and I use that term very loosely, was she gave me a meal plan, which I soon found out was the same exact meal plan that everybody on the figure side was getting, same everything. And they promised customized. It was not customized because I saw the other girl's plans. But what she did was she cut me down to only clear fats. So that meant only oils. So no nuts, no avocado, nothing like that. And so I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, can I use coconut oil since when you cook it, it's clear? And she wrote back, no. That was it, just no. So I wrote her back and I said, well, why not? Like I just bought a whole container of it and I kind of want to use it. So could you explain to me why? Because if it's really a no, like I won't use it. And the only thing she wrote back was because I said so with a smiley face. And I never wanted to like punch a computer screen so hard in my life. That was like the most frustrating moment ever. Because here I was trusting her with my body to shape my body, tell me how to exercise, tell me how to eat so I could look a certain way. And she couldn't even tell me why I was doing what I was doing. And it was so frustrating. So we have to stop putting all of our trust in others and start standing up for ourselves. And you know, if that happened to me now, I'd say, you know what? I'm out. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And you know, you need to check yourself with that coach title. But back then I was like, well, she clearly knows what she's doing, so I'm just going to stay the course. I'm just going to stick with it. All right, so let's talk about the screw it mentality, because this is a huge behavior that holds a lot of people back from reaching their goals. So the screw it mentality is another way of saying that we only stick to our healthy habits and behaviors when it's convenient. So when we're in routine and when we're on our normal schedule and when everything's going according to plan, everything's going along swimmingly. And then what happens when we go on vacation or when we, you know, go to happy hour with coworkers, all that stuff goes out the window and we just say, you know what, it's too hard. I'm not going to do it now. I'll figure it out tomorrow. And then we wake up with the guilt and all of that stuff. And then we fall off the wagon and blah, blah, blah. We all know the story, right? So the screw it mentality keeps us stuck because this lifestyle change is never always going to be convenient. I mean, Memorial Day is coming up. Lots of drinking, lots of cookouts, lots of food. Is it going to be convenient to stick to your goals? Maybe, maybe not. But are you going to do it anyway? It depends on how bad you want it. So the screw it mentality, we got to stop doing that. Either you want this or you don't. Either this is important to you or it's not. And then the negative self-talk. So this is what a lot of people like to use to motivate themselves to get stuff done. So, you know, if I just beat myself up enough about what I look like and how much I weigh, I'm going to change it. So God, I can't believe I let myself get this far. I weigh 185 pounds. How did I get to this place? This is so awful. I'm so lazy. We think that that's going to propel us in the right direction. But the thing is we cannot have a positive outcome with a negative mindset. It never, ever works that way. It never works that way. We have to come from a place of positivity. Again, easier said than done. But the negative self-talk just doesn't serve us. So we have to make the choice to make the change. That's how you let go of all of this stuff. All of this cardio queening, diet hopping, screw it mentality, negative self-talk. We have to make the choice that we're not doing it anymore. And when that negative self-talk creeps in, we have to stop and say, I'm not doing that anymore. What am I doing? No, this shirt looks great on me and I'm rocking it, I'm wearing it. Or, oh, I wonder if I should like sign up for that new exercise program. No, I'm not diet hopping anymore. I'm embarking on a lifestyle change that works for me. I'm not going to be tempted by the shiny, sparkly things. And then the last one, quit going it alone for the love of God. If you are struggling with fat loss and with lifestyle change, you have got to stop thinking you can do it all on your own. And that's not to make you feel like you're not empowered and like you can't do it. But it's so much harder to do it on our own, trust me. I did it, and it was really freaking hard, and I think if I had someone to guide me through all of it, I would have been cured of like my binge eating, my emotional eating, my negative self-talk, my bad body image, all of that stuff a lot faster. So ACE did a study, And half of their participants who worked with a health coach lost more than 10% of their body weight during a 24-week period. Those who didn't work with a health coach lost 6% on average. And 6% is pretty good, right? But 10%, so think about how much you weigh right now. Take 10% of that. Maybe 15 pounds, 18, 20 pounds. It's a good chunk of weight in 6 months, isn't it? And isn't it better than losing 10 pounds, gaining 12, losing 15 pounds, gaining 17, that back and forth, that yo-yo? So why does coaching work? Because it's not just about calories in and calories out. That's not what fat loss is all about. Yes, that's how we get our results, but that's the easy part. We know how to do that. Permanent fat loss is about behavior change. And talk to any therapist or anybody in the mental health space. Behavior change is so hard because we can't do it for other people. They have to want to do it. And even if they want to do it, it can still be a struggle. Because as human beings, we talked about this last week, we don't like change. We like what's familiar. We like our habits just as they are, even sometimes if they're not serving us. It's more comfortable to stay where we are than it is to go do something different. And so this is where coaching is really, really valuable, because not only is it uncomfortable to change, but you have somebody with you who's guiding you through it, who can kind of steer you in the right direction, and who you can say, like, this really isn't working for me, so what do I do next? And they can guide you in the right place, so you're never feeling lost or confused or anything like that. It's really important to remember as well that change is a process, it's not an event. So like I was saying before, we don't just sign up for a program and say, oh my gosh, I lost 5 pounds. This is amazing. Never felt better. I just signed up last night. It's results like that. It's a process. It's trial and error. It's practice. And I think that we forget that. I think that we believe that we're going to sign up for a program and magically things are going to be fixed just because we hit the buy button, but it doesn't work that way. It's a process. That's why these 21, 30, 60, 90-day diets don't really work for us in the long term, because that's like an event, right? And what they miss is the mindset stuff. They miss the practice stuff. They miss the process. So I want you to think about and answer these questions. Will you keep pushing when the going gets tough, when you're tired, when you're stressed out, when you just don't feel like it, when you'd rather give in to the screw it mentality, when you'd rather say, well, my boyfriend's eating that, so why can't I eat that? Or, so-and-so is skipping the gym tonight to go to happy hour, so I'm going to do it too. Can you keep pushing through that stuff and make the right choice? Will you cave when you bump up against resistance? So sometimes friends and family can be our biggest enemy when it comes to fat loss, because they are usually the ones who say, oh, just have a piece of cake, it's not going to kill you. Or, well, if you're not going to eat it, then I'm not going to eat it, but I've been craving pizza all week. Or some of us might feel like, if I lose weight and my family is still unhealthy and overweight, they're going to feel left behind. I'm going to leave them behind. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the odd man out. So can you keep pushing through that stuff? That's heavy stuff. Will you give up if you get injured, skip a workout, eat less than ideal meal, have a binge? So do you have the knowledge to know what to do? If you get injured and you're on your couch for like 3 days, what do you modify? Do you have the resiliency to say, okay, I skipped a workout, no big deal, let me get back at it tomorrow? Or, all right, I ate about a dozen cookies today. Why did that happen, and how can I prevent that from happening again? In my experience, people can't do this on their own. And if they do, it's really, really hard. I did this on my own, and it was hard. It took me a long time to get from that girl on the left to the girl on the right. So again, to review, the 3 things you need to quit right now. Quit doing what's not working for you. Stop doing all that stuff. The diet hopping, the cardio, all that crap. Stop doing it. Stop trying the same stuff over and over and over again. It's time to try something different. Quit giving in to the behaviors that are not in line with your goals. So giving into the screw it mentality, or ignoring the mindset stuff and thinking that I'm just gonna meal prep my ass off and I'm gonna run my ass off and that's all I need to do. Because now we both know that that's not true. And lastly, quit going it alone. If you can't answer a hell yes to these 3 questions, like no hesitation, yes, I can do that, then you have to stop trying to do this on your own. So how are you going to take yourself from the person on the left to the person on the right? How are you going to stop the overwhelm, the frustration, the starting, the stopping, the struggle? How are you going to stop doing that and move into a lifestyle of ease and fat loss and fitting into your clothes and feeling good in your skin? What's the plan? So like I always say, it is not my job to convince you, but it is my job to coach you. In Fresh Fit and Fear Loss, in Fresh Fit and Fearless, this is exactly what I'm going to teach you how to do. I'm going to teach you how to go from the left to the right. That's my job. I help people do it every single day. My clients are rock stars. They do the work, they show up, they do the damn thing, and they get the results. So here we are again. Fresh Fit and Fearless will help you quit doing what's not working for you by helping you figure out exactly what does. And this is where a lot of diets and other programs miss the mark, is they say like, okay, we designed this diet, it worked great for me, so now I'm just gonna put a pretty book cover on it and send it out to the masses, and it's gonna work for everybody. And that's not true. If that worked, we wouldn't have people doing round after round after round of the 21-day fix. We wouldn't have people doing round after round after round of the whole 30. It wouldn't be that way. We would just do it and carry forth with the habits, right? So what we need to do is figure out what works for you as an individual. And that's what we do in Fresh Fit and Fearless. Everybody's different. So what you need is different from your mom, from your sister, from your cousin, from your neighbor, from your best friend, from that girl at the gym who you're like, how the hell does she get to look like that? Why can't I look like that? Everybody needs something different. Fresh Fit and Fearless will help you quit giving into the behaviors that are not in line with your goals by replacing old behaviors with new result-driven behaviors. I mean, it sounds obvious, right? But again, a lot of these diets and meal plans do a major life overhaul, like the no sugar, the no flour, the no alcohol, the no carbs, the no whatever, dairy. Those aren't habits that we're really going to be able to sustain for the long term. So what we need to do is figure out what is going to work. What is going to work for you? What are the small changes that we can make that are going to pack a huge punch? And again, I want to tell you about my client Erin. When we started, she was like, I feel like we haven't really changed a lot, and I'm really worried this isn't going to work. So I said, look, let's do it this way for a month. We have plenty of time. Trust me for like 4 weeks, and let's see what happens. So what she did was she started eating cleaner and eating more protein. She stopped drinking wine. She said wine on school nights, which I love. So Sunday through Thursday, she stopped drinking wine. She upped her strength training and she kept her spin classes. And in the first month that we worked together, she lost 9 pounds. Small changes, huge results. And lastly, Fresh Fit and Fearless will help you quit going it alone by giving you a coach who has been there, done that, and will be with you every step of the way, literally. I am in your back pocket. Wherever you go, I go. Whatever problem you have, I'm there to help you solve it. And trust me, if you think like, well, she's never worked with someone with this problem, I have either experienced it myself or I've coached somebody through it. There's pretty much nothing I haven't seen at this point. I've been doing it for 10 years. It's a long time. So for $399 a month, you get all this stuff. Bi-weekly coaching calls with me, 24/7 text and email access. So this is the at your fingertips stuff. When you're at the restaurant, you're like, crap, everybody's ordering tapas. I don't know what to eat. I don't know what to do. You text me, I walk you through it. Customized nutrition, mindset, and exercise programming. And of course, motivation, accountability, and support. So that's kind of like the gist of the program. This is the good stuff though. You could also get all of this stuff. Confidence, self-respect, a feeling of sanity and ease and control around food. Imagine that, not having to second guess yourself. Feeling like, I got this, no matter what, I got this. A positive mindset, a lifestyle that you love and that feels easy. And this is probably the best part. This is something that I just love, love, love about my life right now, is that the lifestyle that I live, I don't have to think twice about it. I know exactly what to do. I know exactly how to work out. I know exactly how to eat because I did the work and I earned easy. I did the hard stuff so that I could someday just coast. And that's where I'm at now. A body that you love. Imagine that. Imagine like walking down the beach being like, I know I look so good and I feel so good. And I know other people are looking at me saying, damn, she looks good. It's a great feeling. You can serve as an inspiration to other people, better sleep, more energy, and going to your doctor's office. This is always my worst fear, is going in there and having them say like, you gained another 10 pounds this year, or your blood pressure's really high, or your cholesterol's really high. But now walking in there knowing that I'm good. Weight hasn't gone up. Lab work is great. You don't have to worry about it. And I know that's a huge thing for people, is the fear of the doctor and what the doctor is going to say. And I've helped several people get off of their cholesterol meds and their blood pressure meds through Fresh Fit and Fearless. So let's look at what you might be spending your money on now. So let's just say you go to the gym and you have a personal trainer. So on average, a gym membership is about $60 a month. If you do 2 personal training sessions a week, that's about like $60 to $65 a session, and that is lowballing by a lot. So every month, that's $560 out of your pocket to belong to a gym and to see a trainer twice a week. What you don't get with that $560 is nutrition coaching, extra accountability, support outside of the sessions, mindset work, and once the session is done, your trainer's on to the next person. So there's no follow-up. There's no check-ins. There's no like, hey, how's your diet going? Because personal trainers, unless they have a degree or a special certification, should not be talking to you about that anyway, outside of their scope. But I'm a trainer. I've been a trainer for 10 years. And I know when we're back to back to back to back to back with clients, it's like done with one, on to the next, done with one, on to the next. And you can ask my clients, they'll be like, hey, will you send me blah, blah, blah? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then by the time, that's at 6 a.m., by the time 2 o'clock comes around, they're like, hey, where's that article? And I'm like, crap, I totally forgot to send it, because their schedules are so packed. It would be nice to think that like they're thinking of us 24/7 and wondering how we're doing and checking in on us, but that's not the nature of the job. So for $560 a month, you're getting a gym membership and 2 training sessions a week. That's it. And now, Beachbody. And I'm not picking on Beachbody, but their prices, I'm just gonna go right into it. So Beachbody on-demand membership is $39.95 per month. Their protein powder is $129.95 per bag. I laughed out loud when I saw this on their website because I had heard it from a friend of mine, and I was like, there's no way. Like, I have to go check that out. So I went on their website, $130 for a bag of protein powder with 30 servings in it. I mean, that is insane. Can we just like pause for a second and take that in? That protein powder better be made with gold. $129 a month. If you add in some of their other supplements, like they have greens and an energy boost, it's $45 a month for that. And then let's say like you're going to a wedding or you have a reunion and you want to look really good for it. So you're like, all right, I'll do a 21-day fix and slim down fast. It's $180 per round. So right there, that's $215 a month without any coaching, mindset stuff, support, guidance, accountability. And that $215 is without the 21-day fix extra rounds. So you can bump that up to $395. for the months where people do the 21-day fix. And by additional support and guidance, I mean exactly what you get in Fresh, Fit, and Fearless. So text access to me 24/7 so that I can answer your questions in real time and guide you through the stuff, guide you through the issues, and help you stay motivated. Bi-weekly face-to-face phone calls with me. You will see me, I will see you. We're gonna check in with each other to make sure we are on the same page and you know exactly what to do moving forward. Customized nutrition programming, which does not include spending $130 a month on protein powder because that is just freaking crazy. In fact, on my programs, you're not required to buy any additional supplements or anything like that whatsoever. We stick as close to whole foods as we can. Customized mindset coaching, which Beachbody and personal training alone completely miss the boat on, which is why people keep falling off and coming back, because that's all up here. Customized exercise programming so that your workouts will be targeted to you and your goals instead of what somebody thinks your goals should be. And we're going to talk more about that in a second. And then unlimited motivation, accountability, and support from a coach who has been in your shoes, and that is me. So if we look at all these next to each other, on the left under support is everything that you get with Fresh, Fit, and Fearless for $399 a month. Then we have the comparison between personal training and your gym membership for $560 a month. And then we compare that to Beachbody, which is anywhere from $215 a month to $295 a month. Notice that with the personal training, the gym membership, and Beachbody, you don't get close to what you get with Fresh, Fit, and Fearless. There's a reason why my program works for the long term. There's a reason why my clients tell me I work myself out of a job and they don't need me anymore after the program is over, because there's no more of that going back and forth. They just learn how to live. And one thing I want to say about personal training too is I've worked in a lot of gyms. I've been a member of a lot of gyms. And if you have a trainer who's newer to the industry, there's a very, very good chance that your program is based off of how they are training themselves. And I'm not saying this is how everybody does it. There are some fantastic trainers out there. But it's hard to say that with every personal trainer, you're going to get customized programming to what you want, because sometimes all trainers know how to do is teach people how to bench press and how to use a leg press. So that's kind of an iffy one there. So you get so much more with Fresh, Fit, and Fearless. You will also get my Wicked Fuel tank top, which is modeled by my beautiful, wonderful Fueled Physique alums, Rondalee and Mary. Love those two girls. And then I'm also going to give you a copy of the 5-Second Journal. So this is by Mel Robbins. She is incredible. And I have my 5-Second Journal right here. And I love it. This is the journal for people who hate journaling. And it's not that I hate journaling. It's just that it seems like it's such a freaking long task that I just would rather not do it. So this journal, super, super easy. It takes about 1.5 minutes to fill out. And then you're good to go for the day. And it just helps you kind of get your mind right. It helps you clear your mind. It helps you get focused. It helps you look at what your day is going to look like, what you need to accomplish, things that went really well, why you want to accomplish. It gets a lot done in a very short period of time. So I'm going to give you a copy of that as well when you join Fresh, Fit, and Fearless. So what will you decide? Will you keep doing what's not working for you? Do you want to stay in the struggle, even though you know that Fresh, Fit, and Fearless is just what you need to pull yourself out of this yo-yo dieting fog? Will you keep repeating the same behaviors over and over and over and over again, even though it's like taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back, 1 step forward and 2 steps back? And those behaviors are the very things that are keeping you stuck. Will you keep going alone because you think, I'll get it together when my kids go to college, or I'll get it together when my kids go back to school after vacation, or once work slows down, once stuff gets less crazy, then I'll figure it out? There's always a reason not to do it. So will you be one of those people? Or will you be one of 5 women who seizes the opportunity that is sitting in front of you right now and take control of your health, take control of your life and your goals, finally. And be ready to leave the struggle behind, live your life in a body that you love and feel empowered in. What sounds better? I mean, this is a no-brainer, right? Staying in the struggle. Keep doing the same stuff over and over again that's not working. Keep going it alone and feeling like you're the only one who's struggling. You're the only one who feels this way and having nobody to lean on and talk to about it. Or somebody who leaves that struggle behind, loves your body, loves your life, and feels empowered. To me, it's a no-brainer. So one more time, these are all the things that you get with Fresh, Fit, and Fearless. You get text access to me 24/7, and this phone is never far from me. I have it all the time. Look at my cool sparkle case. I have it with me all the time. The response time is quick. Because I want to help you stay motivated. And what happens is in the beginning, you'll be texting me a lot because you'll be scared. And you'll be like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. What do I do? How do I exercise? How do I do this? It's my job to coach you through that. As you get more comfortable in the program, you're going to be like, I don't really need you anymore. No offense, but like, I don't have time to talk to you because I got to go to the gym and then I got to go make dinner. No offense taken. Bi-weekly face-to-face phone calls with me so that we can check in with each other and make sure you're set up, make sure we're on the same page, make sure you're feeling good about where you're going. We talk through all the icky stuff here and make you feel really, really good moving forward. And then in the meantime, you text me if you need anything. You get your customized nutrition programming, so we make tweaks to your current lifestyle. I don't hand you a meal plan and say, here, try this, see how it works. We make small tweaks to what you're already doing, have you master those, and then we move on to something else. So we're not doing like a major life overhaul here. Customized mindset coaching, which is essential. Like, I cannot stress this enough, that any program that doesn't address what's going on in here is missing the mark big time and is holding you back from being successful. I had somebody join one of my 4-week programs in March, and I was just talking to her today, and she was like, this was the first step in my mindset journey. I have kept the weight off that I lost in the program, and I just feel really good eating healthy, exercising, doing yoga. I feel really good moving forward. If I had just said to her, here, go eat this and go exercise like this, there's no way that she would have gotten the results that she did on the program. It's the mindset stuff that's so important. Customized exercise programming so that your workouts are targeted to you and your goals. Again, not what another program thinks it should be. And lastly, unmotivated. Yeah, I'm going to help you get unmotivated. Unlimited motivation, accountability, and support. I have been in your shoes. Trust me. Believe me. Remember that girl from 2013? I was her for years. And I know how to get you out of it. So what I need you to do right now is book your call. If you are watching this on Facebook, go to this address, calendly.com/LBradley33. Book your call now. Book your call before the end of the week. Do not second guess yourself. If anything that I said in this webinar resonated with you, this is your program. You don't have to struggle anymore. You don't have to feel the frustration and the overwhelm anymore. This can be easy if you let it. So book your call. All we do on that call is talk about you and your goals, talk about the program, make sure it's a good fit for you, make sure you're a good fit for the program, make sure that we like each other. So we're going to be working together for 6 months. And then we make the decision and we go for it. So remember that you get all this stuff, and then for fun, you get all of this stuff too. So friends, that is all I have for you today. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm actually going to check in on my my Facebook page too to see if we have any questions there. Go through all this stuff. All right, so questions. Let me know what you have. Here we are, Facebook. Oh, my girl's on here, I see. Kelsey, Candace, Rhonda Lee, Hillary. Hey, Hal. All right, if there are no questions, go to calendly.com/LBradley33. I will see you on our call, and I will see you for a last bit of this webinar series next Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. But book your call before then. There are 5 spots left. Started off with 7, now there are 5. I will see you guys soon. Talk to you soon. Love you. Thank you. Bye.